All right, I'm Jeff Beck. I'm going to play a little snippet of a track from my new album. And that's it. Being back in the studio is horrible, quite frankly, because it's inhibiting. I think that's the word. Live, you haven't got time to, get worried about that. You've got other issues, like whether your equipment's going to work. But yeah, it's good. I mean, I suppose it's about time to make a proper record, and it's been a long time. But I do have problems. Nothing's ever good enough.
Was it the Puccini piece, the Nessun Dorma piece, that tracks?
Well, I've always had
did?
my eye on a classical record anyway, which dear Sir George and I were going to do. And in fact,
That's Sir George Martin.
George
yes.
Martin, Beck, yeah. He came to my house for a dinner once and brought a whole trunk load of beautiful classics on CD. And I knew it was a great idea, but I still had this sort of like stupid juvenile urge to make loud noises and ugly rock and roll and just blow down buildings with power, you know. He was 20 years ahead of me. He knew that would have been a great idea. However, I don't think it's a good idea to do something that you don't have in your gut. You have to wait for that moment, and I just thought that in lieu of trying to out-groove groove, you know what I mean, which everybody seems to be doing, most of the rap records have got the groove, and dance records have copped all the best grooves. So Mr. Awkward Person comes along and I try to go the other way. I arrived at this choice of tracks because in what appears to be idle time, downtime, I listen to music all the time. And I look for performance and not just what you hear on pop radio, which is push-button music. And I listen to opera, Puccini, just stuff that has been before and is there for good reason. It's got beautiful melody, and I think that's the basis of all good music, is rhythm, melody, and the two intertwined. If you haven't got that, you're not really talking about music. And I maybe a weird choice and an unexpected piece, this effort. But I think what's in there is the tracks that enable me to show the same emotion that a vocalist would, without throwing too much information at you. Though I felt goosebumps when I heard the original, and I thought, well, if I half get that from the audience when I perform these tracks, then it would have been worth the effort, and put a lot of effort into recreating some of these tunes. I didn't want to make a title and then try to make an album around it, in fact, some of the tracks still don't have proper titles, but what I was looking at when we were nearing the end of our recording basics was really emotional stuff. And I thought emotions, it's not all about emotion, and then we've got one up-tempo thing where the whole orchestra kicks in with this really amazing riff, and that's the commotion side of it. So it pretty much explains what's going on in my little brain, full-on passion for melody, and then blow houses down with the other half of it.